Good morning, everyone. Today is some time change tips. We know that this weekend is coming up and we're going to be moving our clocks back. So I'm just going to give you a little tip to kind of help ease that adjustment for you and your little ones. Obviously, I think we all wish that the time didn't change back and forth, but it does. So, what is the best way to handle the time change? My advice to you is to just split the difference. So what that means is during the fall, when you're falling back, number one thing you want to do is don't worry about adjusting the clocks before you go to bed. It can kind of upset our psyches a little bit and have everyone kind of a little unsettled. So what we typically suggest you to do is you just get up at your regular time and start your day. After you've had your cup of coffee or done your little morning ritual, that's when I would go around and turn your clocks back and just go back half an hour. You want to do that for 3 days, and it will just help slowly adjust. Okay, so we're not too worked up over that. Half hour is better than an hour. So what you would do during that day is you would, if your baby usually goes to bed or your toddler usually goes to bed at 7, you would actually be putting him down or her down at 6:30 instead of 7, but 6:30 is going to actually feel like 7:30 for them. Okay. Give your kids a good week, if not 2 weeks, to fully adjust to this time change, okay? First thing is you're gonna move their naps and their bedtimes up by half an hour on the new time. And then after that 3 days, you would put your clocks back to what that regular time is. And just to know that it's gonna mess them up just for a little bit. And try not to think about it too much. Don't try and think, well, now it's typically 7:30 and it's 6:30, or it's 11:30 instead of 10:30. Just really try and get yourself onto that new clock without thinking what was. That really makes a huge difference, and our babies will go along with it. When it comes to mornings, you may have to get up at, say, 6:30 instead of 7 if your child usually gets up at 7. But again, you're going to adjust their clock so that eventually they are going to work back up to getting up at the regular 7 o'clock. If you have a toddler who you're trying to get onto the right track, a good thing to try is to put a digital clock in their room. Just tape over the minutes so they just see the hours, and they could see whether it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and just put a little sign above their clock that has the number that you want to match. So if they're getting up at 7 o'clock, you want to put a number 7 above their clock so they can see it and match it up with the clock, okay? And then that way they will understand that they still have to be at rest until 7 o'clock. Obviously our babies can't really follow that, so that's where you want to just start with 6:30 and then work your way up to 7. Just give them a little bit of extra time in the morning. If they're just cooing and lightly talking, give them that time to just be at rest before you go in to get them. All right, so that's how you get through the time change. Adjust it by half an hour for 3 days and then move back up to your regular time. Allow your kids some time to adjust. It takes us all a little bit of extra time, and just try not to make too big of a deal out of it if possible. Thank you.